We have nothing but good in mind. Our goal is just to improve children's education.
You want a reasoned, rational, and aggressive approach to getting better. And I think we're going to have that, and I think we've had that for a while. But if we haven't connected with you, we really need to, and we need your support. And we really need you, if nothing else, we need you to hear this story of Albuquerque Public Schools.
What we're doing is helping to educate and helping to grow what is the future tomorrow.
The foundation is a 501c3. It's a nonprofit that was formed in 1995. Its mission is to assist in the academic success of students in Albuquerque Public Schools. So we sort of work for 88,000 students. So we really concentrate on three major things. We really work on STEM, science, technology, engineering, math. We work on literacy. We really work very hard on clubs and activities that keep kids engaged and really help them move on in school and really feel good about their time in school. And we also work on fine arts. But I think we can really make some targeted impacts for students and teachers that allow them to reach just a little bit farther, just a little bit higher. And we've worked on that for the last 5 or 6 years really hard through something called the Horizon Campaign. And here's how it works. Contribute to this campaign, and what we'll do is grant money back to schools, back to classrooms, back to even some bigger programs. And the way it works is simple. We have a variety of cycles throughout the year where you can apply for this grant. And what are you doing different with this money that you might not be able to do if you didn't have it? So we've really learned some things, and I think what we really like to look at ourselves as an innovation incubator.
We received a grant from the Albuquerque Education Foundation in the sum of $5,000. We're using that particular grant in preparing our STEM teachers to be able to do the project-based learning activities that reflect the vision of the STEM trajectory. We've just gone through and finished a project last week called the Seaport Challenge. These fourth graders, they learn how to build underwater robotics, learn how to modify them to behave a certain way, and then they compete with it. These are fourth graders that learned how to solder. These are fourth graders that engineered the kits.
And they were the ones leading some groups. They were the ones who were helping students, talking, I didn't have to redirect them once during this project. During this, they were leaders.
That grant provided me with a piece of equipment to recycle clay. It saves thousands of dollars. My students actually make fun of me because I'm happiest when I'm hugging clay.
It's very important because if you leave like a bunch of clay out over a day, it gets hard and it's never usable again, and that's a lot of money that Ms. Weinstein has spent. I mean, that's money we can save that we don't have to spend on new clay all the time, that we can use for more important things like the glazes and all the other stuff that is important to ceramics.
When you host a state conference as big as the New Mexico Association of Student Councils, you literally start from scratch, and there are no funds anywhere for that. We had over 1,100 students here from all over the state. We had over 150 advisors, activities directors here, including our own administration and teachers helping put on the conference. So the APS Foundation allowed us to apply for and receive a grant that allowed us to put on such a huge and successful state conference for the whole state of New Mexico. So those funds really offset the cost of that, and it helped us to have one of the best state conferences we've had in years. in this state. And APS can be proud of that because they were a big part of it.
The APS Foundation helped us get the founder of Def Jam Poetry from HBO, so, all the way from New York City, which was really nice. And it helped broaden students' perspective of what's out there and, what they could do with the power of the spoken word. And, they linked that with, like, modern music or hip-hop or whatever, and they were able to find that voice and express themselves. And to me, that success is when a student's able to express themselves.
He really loved my poem. He talked to me after school saying that I need to keep going, I can become something, that I need to also focus on school, but start working on a career now. He really loved my poem, he said. First time I performed it, he said, "You were amazing." And someone that admirable, that really inspired me. I've been through a lot in my life, and music and writing has helped me so much. I discovered, this hip-hop thing, and I was like, wow, I really want to try this. And honestly, it's touched others. I've had a kid tell me that my poems have helped him, that they saved him because he was going through tough times. And that inspires me to keep on going. I just want to be a voice to others, and also inspire others. If you got dreams, chase your dreams, don't let others, bring you down.
We have 60% Hispanic, 25% ELL, 21% special education, and a 90% free and reduced lunch population. I think we have 90 homeless kids. A majority of our parents are single parents, and so you have to look at your school and you have to say, what do we do to motivate these students to come to school, to get excited about education? We know that when they get in trouble, we have a discipline policy. It's very straightforward. You do this, this happens. When a student decides to work hard, dedicate themselves to their studies, and then all of a sudden we give them a nice pat on the back and, hey, you got an A. Well, it should be a bigger deal. Right now, I'd like to take this time to acknowledge our 18 overall perfect attendance students. To me, the reason why I'm in public education is the equal opportunity. It levels the playing field. That's what public education is supposed to be doing for our students. And sometimes when we get our budgets, and we do it anyway, but sometimes you're telling us to do the impossible with very little. So which this grant was allowing us to do was to do a reward incentive, was to acknowledge and reward the positive behaviors that the kids do. It's changed the culture of my school. It's changed the culture of my school in the sense that my students are believing in themselves. They want to do the best that they can. They are trying. The kids know exactly where they're at. I mean, I've had kids come up to me and say, yeah, I went from a 4.0, I'm at a 4.9, I should be getting the silver. Okay, when a kid can tell you where they're at, growth, they're taking charge of their education.
I take my students every year or every other year to the Colorado Thespian Festival. They bring in professional teachers and instructors from all over the country to train students in stage design, acting, combat, and all the different areas of the dramatic arts. Instead of taking only 18 to 22 students like I normally do, with the grant, we were 55. I also picked kids who I knew struggled with their grades either because of motivation or just academically.
We got there and there was classes on anything that you wanted to do in theater.
And one of them they did on stage makeup. They gave you the opportunity to go in and actually work on like live models.
Had this grant not come up, I probably would not have gone. This was such an amazing opportunity. I learned a whole lot. I saw great shows from the people there and just had a ton of fun. There are so many phenomenal people, so many great people that I would not have met had I not gone on this trip.
Miss K said, if you get your grades up, pay for you to go to Denver. I got them all up. I got them up a lot, like D's to B's to A's. And that was exciting because I've never been able to go and the experience was great. I learned a lot. I just stage managed a 45 to 50 member cast. And because my grades are up now, I have earned scholarships to different schools to study drama. I'm going to get my business degree, and then I'm going to open up a local theater for charter students who don't get that opportunity.
When kids are motivated and involved, I mean, that's everything. It's everything. It helps them with school, it helps them with problems they may be having at home, it helps them with being just teenagers and just being little ratty brats. It helps them with everything. So I think it's been a vital asset to our community, to our school community.
Kids in this district and in every public school district need lots of different help and lots of different resources that maybe they didn't need 10 or 20 or 30 years ago. So if a company says, I really want to help public education, you're going to be part of something that I think is going to be great, because what you're going to be part of is the Albuquerque Public Schools being able to take its place, its rightful place, as one of the leading urban school districts in this country.